Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing a video about Depop today like I said in my last video that I would. Well, I didn't say, I just kind of made a little video of telling that I'm going to be doing a Depop video. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a good idea just to let you know the sort of good and the bad sides of it, because there is good and bad sides to it, and a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people know what it is as well, so I'm going to sort of explain it. And people have asked me what it is and I've mentioned it in videos before, so I just thought it'd be a good video idea. And yeah, so if you don't know what Depop is, it's sort of a mixture between Instagram and eBay. You basically sell your things on there, but the sort of news feed, when you scroll down, it looks a little bit like Instagram because you have the photos and sort of like a photo of what you're selling and a caption underneath, and then details, and people can comment on it, and it has the price on and stuff. So yeah, it's really good for, I like it when I'm bored, like if I'm magpie, got slow, it's bad luck otherwise. Yeah, anyway, I like it if I'm really bored and it's one of them days where I'm scrolling through Instagram all day, I'm scrolling through Facebook all day, and I've looked at everything, and you know, everyone has them days. And Depop is another thing that I'll sit and scroll through because it is a little bit like Instagram, like I said, and you never know, you can come across things to buy. So this is another thing, I think it's really good for bargains. I bought, what have I bought on there? I've bought like a good few things. I've not bought like tons and tons, but I have bought a few things. I bought some hair curlers which I got for a tenner, and I was going to buy them in Boots, and I'm sure they were about 25 quid. But I got them off Depop for a tenner, which was amazing. So you can find some really good bargains. If you type in sort of, I don't know, say you wanted a dress that was in Topshop or whatever and you didn't want to pay that price, you can always search it on Depop, just like you can on eBay, and see if anyone's selling it, which is really good. But that is kind of getting taken over because people are putting, like, say if when I went on it, I used to type like just Topshop in the search bar just to see what people were selling from there. But now people are just putting it on every single item that they sell because they know people are going to search, you know, Topshop, River Island, whatever. And that is one of the bad things about it, that people are sort of realising that. I mean, it's probably good for the sellers because people are seeing their items, but I just don't think it's very good, you know, when you're wanting to look for a certain thing and it's just, you can't find it because everyone's listing everything as it's from River Island or whatever, and it's just, that's a bad thing about it. Another thing that I need to mention in this video is swaps. There is a thing on Depop called swaps where you can, if you see something on someone's profile that you like, then you'll say, oh, swap, so you can swap an item off their profile. Now, I don't do swaps. It says in my profile that I don't do swaps. Fair enough, some people might not see it, but the amount of messages I get a day saying, swap this, we swap this, swap this, swap this, swap this, and it drives me insane because you genuinely think when you get a notification, like a private message or whatever, like, oh, someone wants to buy my item, but then it's like, swap. And I'm just like, my profile says no swaps. Yeah, I know people might not have clicked on my profile or whatever, but I've got to the point where I just don't reply to swap messages, and I'm sorry if you think that's rude or ignorant, but I'm just sick of getting them. I get them all the time, and if you're watching this and you follow me on Depop, I do not do swaps, so don't ask me. Obviously it is a really good thing for some people, like, you know, you're swapping and it's a little bit of a, not a surprise, but like, I don't know, it feels like you're getting something for free. So if you do swaps, then I suppose it is good. But then that leads me on to something else, which is the scammers. There is so many on Depop. There's so many fake like profiles that pretend to send your items out and pretend that they're going to swap with you when they don't actually send anything out at all. And this is one of the reasons why I won't swap, not just because I need the money for whatever I'm selling, but I won't swap because of the scammers. And I always make sure whoever I buy off, they've got feedback. I think I've got around 34, I think I've got 34 feedback on mine. So it proves I'm a good seller. It does prove that I post every item, and yeah, it proves that every item's in good condition and everything like that. So if they don't have feedback, I know it sounds really mean, but I just don't trust them. Some people are probably genuine sellers, but I think the scammers just ruin that for everyone, because you just don't know if they're gonna send your items or not, and it's gonna be like a real, not a real person, but you know, not a scammer. So I think those sort of people ruin Depop for everyone, because you don't know who's genuine and who isn't, and it does ruin it, but what can you do? There's just people out there like that. Another thing you will come across is people trying to negotiate on price. Now, I know a lot of people are up for, like, you know, knocking a few quid off or whatever, but the thing is, oh, there's a really loud helicopter, I'm really sorry. I consider my prices to be quite cheap anyway, you know, but the thing is with me, I include the price of delivery in with the item, and delivery isn't cheap. Like when I go to the post office, I went once and I spent, I think it was 47 quid on posting items for Depop, and if you think about that, I include the delivery in the price of the item. So I do get a lot of messages saying like, I have a pair of trainers and then I've put them down as 30 quid because I don't think I've worn them before, and the Adidas ones, I've worn them once or something like that, and someone messaged me that was like, will you take a tenner? And I'm not being funny, but that is just like ridiculous. It costs like a pair of shoes, I'm sure it's like usually £5, something ridiculous like that, but and what I'm gaining a fiver out of a pair of trainers that cost me, you know, like I can't remember, they were like 50, 60 odd quid, and it's just, I just think some of the negotiations are just ridiculous. Like that one, I was just like, there's no way on earth I'm gonna accept a tenner for these trainers. Like they cost me like a lot of money, and fair enough, people are like, oh, would you do it for £2 cheaper or whatever, but the thing is, I do, like I said, I include the delivery in the price, and the price that I set sort of covers the delivery as well, if that makes sense. And yeah, I'm not one for massive negotiations and stuff, because I feel like my prices are already fair, and I do want to make some sort of profit, you know, you can't just be giving away stuff for free. So but yeah, there is, I think my prices are cheap anyway. I mean, if you don't, then you know, you don't. But then I think there's a lot of people on Depop that either sell stuff at a really, really good price, like my curlers that I got, and I got a top from Topshop, which I think was meant to be about 40 quid, and I got it for a fiver, and the same with a dress. I really wanted this dress from Topshop, and it were about 60 quid, and this girl was selling it for about 7 quid, and I got it. So like in that, in that case they are like some really good genuine sellers who sell stuff for really good prices, but then there's some that sell them for more than it actually is in the shop. Like I just don't get it. People put stuff on from like Primark, which is obviously a cheaper shop, but people sell them on Depop for more than it is in Primark, and I just don't get it, or any shop, but I just don't get why people would sell it more than it is in the actual shop. Which doesn't make sense to me. And then you'll just get people saying, I don't know, it's just, they're like, oh, we lower your price on this, and if it's a really good item, like, I don't know, you know, it's, yeah. I have another thing that bugs me, and this is sounding more of a negative video about Depop than a positive, which is not meant to be, but I have my notifications turned off on my phone. This is going to sound like I'm blowing my own trumpet and I'm really big headed, but I get, like Instagram, I have my notifications turned off because literally it goes off all the time, and I just can't be bothered with it. Not like I can't bother with it, I can't be bothered with like my phone flashing every 2 minutes. I have my notifications turned off. I have my notifications turned off on Depop as well. So if I don't answer straight away, then I end up getting like question mark messages like, why aren't you answering me, blah blah blah. And it's literally because I've probably been at work, I haven't checked my phone, I don't get notifications from it, I don't sit on it 24 hours a day, you know, and I just forget sometimes, you know, to check it, and I'll come back to like a million question marks on messages. I'm like, just chill out, like I will get back to you, I promise. It's just sometimes I don't get the chance because I don't have notifications turned on. But I don't want this video is coming out like I'm really naggy, and this wasn't meant to be naggy, it was just explaining the good and the bad. But But yeah, like I said, I do actually really like it as an app. It's just some of the sellers are not genuine, but that's basically the biggest problem with it. Apart from that, I have sold like a lot of things on there, and there is some lovely people as well, you know, like some really lovely sellers when you talk to them and stuff, and they're really helpful and they send you stuff quickly. Like, everyone wants the stuff quick when you've bought something online. So yeah, I do enjoy that side of it, and I enjoy sort of looking for new stuff and stuff that I've been wanting in the shops and I can't find, or it's sold out or whatever, and it's on Depop and I'm like, yes, I've got it. So yeah, there is definitely the good side to it. I just wanted to warn people of the bad side as well. But yeah, I think I've covered on everything. Out of 10, I would definitely rate it like a 7, because I have sold a lot on it, and that is basically the main purpose, to sell your stuff on it. So yeah, definitely give it a 7. It's just the little complaints that I've said since then. I sound like a really horrible naggy person. I promise I'm not. I just wanted to explain the good and the bad, because people have asked me if it's worth getting, is it worth selling your stuff on there, does stuff sell and things like that. So I definitely get it, because I do sell quite a lot of my stuff on there, and yeah, so it's basically good if you're looking for a clear out or looking for a bargain. So I definitely recommend downloading. So I hope this helped if you don't have Depop, or if you was thinking of getting it but you wasn't really sure what it was about. So yeah, I hope it helped, and I hope I didn't come across like a horrible, bitchy, naggy woman, because I'm not. And I don't mean to sound rude if I have sound rude about anything with people messaging me. I'm not meaning to sound rude, it's just, you know. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll leave my link to my Depop below with my Instagram, Twitter and Facebook and blog as well, if you want to check any of those out. I do have a few videos that I'm thinking about doing, so I'm going to try and get them up ASAP, because I know I'm really not good with videos at the minute. I'm putting them up and stuff like that, so I'm going to try my best to get those up as soon as I can, and I will see you all in the next video. Everyone, hope you're having a lovely week. Bye!